child sex abuse, even the physical abuse, even the mental abuse that children can go through. It does create ongoing issues for them emotionally and mentally through their life. And we've had some people already talk about that at the bridge. My thing is, that I believe our government and even some of our police and officials are complicit to such things. I was actually a social worker in Christchurch 20 years ago, and there was word then that there were police and local government people in here in Christchurch that were involved in trafficking children back then. So this is how long it's been going on, probably way longer than that, probably way back to colonial days. Let's face it, perverts aren't a new thing. Pedophiles aren't a new thing. In the last 20 or 30 years, they've been grooming society, not just the children anymore. They groom society into trying to make them more acceptable. We've created a victim mentality that a pedophile should be have hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on him a year to rehabilitate him and to put him back into society. Do you know what the statistics are of that rehabilitation? About a 95% failure. 95% failure on rehabilitating sex offenders. So it's a big waste of time. I did this sign, which is probably a bit controversial. I personally believe the death penalty is the only solution for paedophilia. It's not a sexual orientation, it's a perversion, and it needs to be eliminated from our society at all costs. I would normally not really support the death penalty, but I believe that people that hurt children have already crossed the line that can't be brought back from. Right now, just like a few years ago, the Labour government is talking once more about lowering the sexual consent age to 12 years old. They are freaks in our government. They are Luciferians, just like those ones over in America that are trying to create paedophilia as a sexual orientation. Our government is complicit to that. They are encouraging it just by lowering the age to 12. When I was a social worker doing studies, they showed us how a child's vagina and anus is not designed to take an adult man's penis. And I know that sounds really disgusting to say it, but that's the truth. So it is not a sexual orientation, it's the reality of it. That it is a violent act, no matter how they sum it up, it is a disgusting, vile act, and it creates permanent physical damage, permanent scarring, permanent mental damage, and so there's no way that they can say that a child consented to that, even if the pedophile groomed them for months or weeks with lollies and promises and all that kind of stuff, because they're very good at it. As Oprah Winfrey says, a good pedophile grooms very well, and they really do. And she's complicit to all this stuff too. She hangs out with those people that went to Epstein's Island. And here goes, the main thing. Why doesn't the media look into this stuff? Why doesn't the media investigate disgusting paedophilia in this country? Why don't they report on the paedophilia that's happening overseas? The massive child trafficking? They just ignore it. Do you know that our media is owned by global corporations with very rich elite people in charge of it? They're the ones paying the wages. And they are friends with Epstein as well. They were part of that island activities. And if you were a rich person and you went to that island, even if you didn't sexually assault children, you were complicit to it. You would have seen it. I have seen photos of those rich people kissing little children sexually. So if I've seen those photos on that island, those people that went and visited there would have seen much more. So they are complicit. They are evil human beings that have no way of coming back from that as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to end it there, that I want to hang all pedophiles.